Just give me 1 sec, Paul, because there's some idiot in the comments straight away here. Are
he's spoiling stuff.
Yeah, because he's an idiot. Right, hello everyone. Welcome to another live stream. Sorry we are 6 minutes late here, but my internet decided to go off right on 7:30, and my internet hardly ever goes off, but today it just decided to. Don't know what it is, but there you go. I've got Paul Tambs on the channel with me. Hello, Paul. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. It's been a while since we did a live stream together, hasn't it, man? It's good to be back with you and talking films, man.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Glad to have you on. I miss going on the Thursday night streams with you, mate. So glad to have you on here for a change.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
So for those of you who don't know Paul, his channel link will be down below. But Paul, do you want to just tell everyone about your channel a little bit?
Yeah, man. Basically just talk movies. That's what I do. That's all I know how to do in life. And so I transferred what I do in my day-to-day basis into YouTube, and I just review movies, do my rankings, trailer reactions, live streams like this one. Yeah, so if you want to jump in, give us a sub, because I need to get them subs up. They need to be climbing now.
Yeah, you recently just hit 400, mate, so congratulations.
Yeah,
I do think you should be up there now more, though, because your videos are amazing, mate. But I watched your top 80s movies the other day. Really enjoyed that one. So it is all very, very enjoyable content. And I'm not just saying this because he's on the stream, everyone, but if Paul puts a video up, I'm going to watch it. You know, he's one of the main ones that I watch. I feel like we've got a lot in common with movies as well. Yeah, so there's links down below. Definitely check them out. Give them a subscribe, all that jazz. So basically, we're just going to answer a few comments in a minute. But Paul's going to say, how are you coping with this weather, by the way?
Oh, man, the last 2 days in here in the UK have been horrible. I've been in work for both days as well. And where I work is basically a big insulator for heat. So I work in sort of a warehouse, but I work in like the off branch of it, like the stockroom bit. And it's basically just a conductor for heat. So the last 2 days, I've been very aggy, very angry. I was supposed to record a video on Monday, and I thought, it's absolutely not a chance in hell. Am I getting anything done today, YouTube-wise? But it's cool now. It's cooled down a bit now. We're just not used to it, are we?
Yeah, I know. To be honest, I actually enjoy the sun and stuff, but yesterday was a bit over the top. I mean, I actually thought it was worse yesterday than Monday. I was riding home on my bike after work, and I was like, bloody hell, it was a bit strange when it hit you. It was like different to what you're usually accustomed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to do a quick apology here to Paul, to Peter, Playtendo guy. I know he does his live streams on a Wednesday, but Peter, I know I spoke to you. It's very, very hard to do live streams when other people aren't doing it these days. There's so many people in the community with channels and stuff. So I do apologize for conflicting me, but it's really the only day we could do, really. Paul, before we get into the comments and stuff, is anything you've been watching that you'd like to talk about? Anything interesting? And please don't say Love Island, because I know you've been getting forced to watch that lately.
Oh no, don't get me started on Love Island. I watched the Resident Evil Netflix show over the weekend, all 8 painstaking episodes of it. I won't spoil it because I know you've not watched it yet, George. I didn't like it. I liked it at the start. It was sort of had me locked in for a couple of episodes, and then the problems just started showing. And it just kept on getting worse and worse. And by like episode 6, 7, 8, I was lost. I was like, I'm just going to get through to the end. I'm not enjoying this. Yeah. And weirdly, after I'd finished it, I did a review for it, uploaded it, and that same evening, I went back and watched Welcome to Raccoon City. I was like, for all the problems this film has, I'm enjoying this a hell of a lot more than I have this Netflix show. It's had mixed opinions. I've seen Resident Evil fans saying they really enjoy it. I've seen people say that it's not Resident Evil to them. It didn't work for me, unfortunately. Bit of shame.
Didn't it start off all right as well?
I was locked in for the first. I was quite intrigued by it. I was like, oh, this is quite a new direction. I've never seen this before. It sort of plays as like a sequel to the game, so it sort of fits in with the games. But then they started just doing the wrong things for me as a fan of the franchise and a fan of the games. It's like, no, that, and it's just in my head. It was like, no, that's not where I want you to go. No, that's not what I want you to do. No, this isn't working for me. It was a shame. I was really looking forward to it.
It's weird as well because it's got like the actual base to just do something amazing with. Like, it's got loads of little stories within the games because there's so many games. It's got a great setting in Raccoon City.
Yeah.
It's got great characters. You think they could do something with it. I didn't mind Welcome to Raccoon City, but it's not fully what I wanted from a Resident Evil film. There was definitely problems with it.
Yeah.
And when I seen the trailer for this new show, I know you shouldn't judge a show just by its trailer or a movie by its trailer, but I wasn't fancying it at all. Okay. I seen parts where they're going to the future and stuff like that. Is that right? It's like skips.
Yeah, so the show sort of runs two stories parallel to each other. So you got like the present day stuff when the kids, the two young daughters when they're teenagers, and then it jumps back and forth to the future, like what they're doing in the like after the sort of the outbreak. So it just keeps flip-flopping between like two stories, and you lose track as well. I kept on finding myself. There was parts in it when it's really like 10 minutes, like flipping back and forth too much.
I think when you do stuff like that, you've got to nail the storytelling, haven't you? Otherwise, people can get lost very, very easily. Anything else, Paul? Anything else you've been watching? Or
that's about it, man. That's about it for this week. I haven't actually watched any films this week. So I watched that over the weekend, and then I haven't had a chance to watch anything else. But I'm interested to hear other people's thoughts on Resident Evil. I've heard people who I talk to who are actually enjoying it. And I'm like, more power to you. I'm glad you are. And I've had some good conversations, some like constructive conversations with people about it and talking about what they're liking or what I'm not liking about it and stuff. So I'm intrigued to, once, everyone's caught up and watched it, to including yourself, like your thoughts on it and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really put off by your words there and the trailer. But is it only 8 episodes long?
Yeah.
Yeah, I might give it a go. I might do it. It's Resident Evil. I feel like I've got to. But,
that was it for me, yeah.
I've just finished Stranger Things, so there's a few shows that we want to watch, but I usually watch a show, then have a break a little bit for a month or something, then watch it. I'm more of a movie person, but I will get round to it. I don't think that's something my wife might want to watch, so I might watch it on my own. But we'll see. Anything you're looking forward to coming out soon?
Well, we had that big trailer this morning you did a reaction for.
Oh, yeah, Halloween Ends. I knew this would pop up.
Yeah. I watched the trailer this morning. I probably did the same as you, just woke up first thing in the morning. Obviously, it released middle of the night in the States. So we woke up to it. I sat down with a cup of tea in the morning, watched it, and am I completely on board? Am I like, oh, right, let's get to October? Not quite yet. It's just a teaser trailer, isn't it? It was just a minute-long snippets of bits and pieces. I actually rewatched it again just before we come live. I'll wait for the main trailer. Obviously, Halloween Kills was a film as well, John. I absolutely was hyping that film up to the stratosphere, and it didn't deliver for me what I wanted it to be. So I'm still a bit sour about that. I'm like, can they rectify it? Can they go out swinging with the third film? We'll see. But I'm not on the hype train just yet. We'll see once they release the full trailer. By October, by 2 days before it, I'll be. You'll see a lot of Halloween content from me. Believe me that.
Should they start reviewing all the Halloween films? That'll take a while, wouldn't it? I feel exactly the same, mate. To be honest, I'm not hyped for it. It's not mainly the trailer though, because it was a small teaser. It's mainly because of Halloween Kills. I just wasn't really a fan of it. But usually when they film movies together, the middle one is usually the weakest out the 3, or 4 even. But I'm hoping it closes on a good book. I don't know if it's gonna be for me though. If it's true that Jamie Lee Curtis' character is just going to hunt Michael down, because I just think that takes away the whole scare and horror aspect of it, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see.
That trailer sort of painted it up to be like it looks like an action film sort of thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, when I done the trailer reaction as well after it, I was like, "What do I say here?" But I think of something quick.
Yeah.
That's all I got from it. Basically, Jamie Lee Curtis is going to go after him. That's basically all I got. But yeah, Halloween Ends. I mean, yeah, it's probably one. Even though I'm not massively hyped, it's still one of the films I'm looking forward to more than anything because it is a Halloween film. Plus, I don't think there's that much that I'm anticipating for this year. It's all 2023, most of it.
I mean, like, you got Nope coming up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Nope. I'll give that one
obviously, it's been, I don't know if you heard, it's been delayed for us for 2 weeks. I think it's coming out in the States this Friday. I think we're not getting it till mid-August now. Yeah. I'm excited for that, though. I wasn't a big fan of the last Jordan Peele film, Us, but it just looks like right up my street, this film.
Yeah.
And Avatar's probably the next one that I'm probably quite excited for.
Yeah. I think Avatar is one that I'm hoping will blow me away. Nope is another one, and the other one is probably Terrifier 2. I'm looking forward to that one. But I think that's about it, really.
Not the monsters.
I like Rob Zombie some of his films I do like. So yeah, maybe I think that's gone straight to VOD now. I don't even know if it's coming on Netflix.
Yeah, I think it's gone straight to
Well, I think it was coming to Netflix. No, I'm not sure it is. I think it's just coming straight to Blu-ray.
I think it is, yeah.
According to Cody Leach, what he's just put on Twitter anyway.
Yeah.
There's another one coming out with Florence Pugh I'm looking forward to.
That's right, yeah.
Don't Worry, Darling or something.
Yeah, the Olivia Wilde movie, yeah.
Yeah, that looks all right. It's weird at the minute, eh? We're going through a little bit of a dry patch at the cinema. I mean, me and my wife are thinking about going to see The Railway Children because there's nothing else on.
Nothing else on, yeah.
But The Way the Crawdad Sings is out tomorrow as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, should we just get into the comments, Paul?
Pretty much, yeah. Let's see what people are saying.
We've got 13 people watching. Hello, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. Get your comments in and just making sure the comments are okay there. Get your comments in, everyone, and we'll answer them. Put them up on the screen and stuff. So let's go. Tom180. Hello, Tom. Hope you're well, mate. What's the most popular films that you don't like and some unpopular ones that you do like? Good question.
Yeah, he's coming in straight with the thinky questions.
These are always hard to think on live streams. If it weren't on camera, I'd probably think of about 10 for each. A popular film that I don't like.
The first one that comes straight to my head is probably Mulholland Drive.
Ooh,
especially when it's just had its 4K release, so it's sort of come back into conversation for a bit, didn't it, in the sort of the film community?
Yeah.
And I've tried to watch that film like 3 or 4 times, and every time I'm like, I don't get this. I don't get the hype of this film at all.
I'm a big fan of that movie, to be honest, Paul.
Yeah,
I
lot
what's going on.
A lot of people are. I just watch him, just like, I have no idea what's going on in this film.
It's got a good jump scare in it, though. I'll definitely give it that one. Yeah, good answer, because a lot of people do like that film. I think 2001 for me, A Space Odyssey. I mean, I watched it and I was bored to tears with it. I would give it the visual effects that were great and stuff, but when people say it's in the top 10 movies of all time and stuff, I just can't get on board with that at all. But maybe I need to give it another go. I know, my friend Alex, it's his favorite film. I think
it's just, I want to say a product at the time. I think it was just when it first came out, it was just something that people had never seen before, a bit like Star Wars. It was just nothing had been seen before on the cinema, and it just took people's imagination. You try and watch that film maybe now, like 40, 50 years later, however old it is, it's maybe just doesn't click with you as much.
Yeah. I mean, because I review films and stuff, and I feel like I've got to give it another go, but I'm not looking forward to it, man. Yeah, but you're right. Maybe it's just the time and stuff. Unpopular one that you do like? I remember everyone was slating Babysitter Killer Queen, and I really enjoyed that one.
I still don't think I've seen the second one yet.
Yeah, it got like really, really lots of hate online, and I was like, well, this is a fun film. I don't get it. That's a bad one. Yeah, it's a bad one to pick though, because no one really talks about it no more. Unpopular one. Ooh.
Welcome to Raccoon City. You know what? I don't even like. I don't like it, but I watch it just because it's Resident Evil.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably just go with that. It's just hard to think while you're live.
I mean, like, another popular franchise that I just can't get with is the Harry Potter films. I've tried so many times. And on paper, it sounds like something I would love, like wizards and fantasy and all that sort of stuff. But every time I try and rewatch the films, I always seem to get to like the third or fourth. I'm like, I'm bored of them now. They feel quite samey to me, and it feels quite a dragged out story over however how many films it is.
Yeah.
But I have read the books, and I've always found the books, which people, quite a lot of people say, I've always found the book experience with Harry Potter better than the film experience. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but again, it's just something that, and I don't go around saying, "Oh, Harry Potter's rubbish." It just doesn't click with me. I've tried to watch them a few times.
Yeah. Do you know what, Paul? I actually watched them for the first time just over Christmas, and I really got into I thought the first one was great. I thought, I'm gonna love this franchise. Really enjoyed the second one, and then when the third one came in, it started to go a little bit dark, and it keeps that theme for the rest of it. I just wasn't enjoying it as much. I did like the Go on, sorry.
Sorry, go on. I was interrupting you, sorry.
I was just saying, I really did like the Goblet of Fire, but then it got to the fifth and the sixth, and I was like, I don't know. It sort of lost its charm for me a little bit. I did enjoy them, but because the theme of it all changed, I don't like how dark it went, if you get me.
Same with me, and I quite like things when it starts taking it into a dark direction, but I like sort of like the family-friendly version of Harry Potter, like the first couple of them, and then it just takes itself like really seriously. I always feel like the last couple of films, like maybe the last three, just feel like the same film, just blended into one sort of thing. But
I'll give you a popular one that I don't like is the Underworld films. I couldn't get into them at all. I didn't like them at all, and maybe because they're dark as well. We all do get the more we're getting into. We like the family friendly stuff. It's too dark. This. Good question, Tom. What is the last film you both watched, and the next film you both plan to watch? Good question. All right, you, Paul.
Thor: Love and Thunder was the last film I watched. Nope will probably be the one I watch next. I'm talking just cinema, not at home. Thor: Love and Thunder, which I enjoyed. It's not top tier Marvel. It's certainly not bottom tier like a lot of people are making it out to be. I had fun with it. I'm really excited for Nope. In 2 weeks or whenever it's coming out now.
I'm the same with you with Thor. I enjoyed it, me. I thought it was really funny, actually. Sorry,
I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah. A lot of people say Thor. Like, I'm not saying this is the right direction to go, because I think if you make him too comedic, you might lose sort of respect for the character, if you like. But a lot of people didn't like Thor and the Thor: The Dark World, and he was a more serious character then. So, which one do you want? You know what I mean? But I enjoyed Thor: Love and Thunder. I think I've got it sixth on my favorite films of the year up to now. I really enjoyed it. But that's it's quite popular to hate on Marvel these days, isn't it? But I get why people might not like this one. Because it goes way too comedic and stuff. But you've got to go into that knowing it's a comedy, I think. I think for me as well, because I'm not the biggest Thor fan in the Marvel movies. I just went into it and just wanted to have a good time, and it entertained me for 2 hours. Sometimes you just want a bit of entertainment, and it entertained me for 2 hours, so it did its job. Well, the last film I watched was, I don't recommend this, everyone, by the way, but was Spiderhead last night on Netflix with Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller. It started off really well. First 20 minutes I was getting into it, and then I was just like, this is so dull and boring. And it all takes place in the one location, and when you do them films, I think you've got to make it interesting with the characters, and it just wasn't. It sort of really tailed off. I just think Netflix have brought out some really bad movies this year. I mean, I think my bottom 10, 6 of them Netflix originals. Because I was looking last night going, man, they've brought some terrible movies out this year. And I usually try to stay positive with films. But, the next film I plan on watching is actually another Netflix film, is probably The Grey Man, which is out Friday. So I'll go with that.
That's getting quite mixed reviews as well, unfortunately.
Is it? It cost $200 million to make, I believe.
Well, it's quite funny you just talking about Spiderhead, because I watched that with Claire, my girlfriend, and after I watched it, I went straight onto Instagram and said that was the biggest meh film of 2022 I've seen this year.
Yeah.
It was just bored me to tears. Like the idea of it, like on paper, it sounded a great story. It just wasn't executed well. It felt like an extent. I don't know if you ever watched Black Mirror.
Yeah.
It felt like a long episode of that.
Yeah. Do you think because of the COVID and stuff, we're getting these type of films now, especially from Netflix, because some of them I've seen just seem really dense and empty. Like I don't know if you've seen The Weekend Away, but that was one that just had like 4 characters in the entire film. That Choose or Die with the horror one with the video game, that just seemed like a totally empty film with no heart and stuff. And I don't know if it's the back end of COVID where these films got made that we're getting, but I felt Spiderhead was the same. I mean,
I think, and I've always thought this about Netflix films, I think Netflix movies, they're sold to Netflix because the studios aren't, they don't believe in them to make enough money. And I think Netflix will buy them up, put them on the streaming service because they know more people, like half the planet's got Netflix, so they'll get more eyes on it. I reckon I could count on one hand how many Netflix original movies I actually would say was top tier. Yeah. They always seem to be just like dead average movies. I mean, I think the last one I watched, I thought I really enjoyed that was that probably Extraction with Hemsworth in. I really enjoyed that film. But every time I see there's a new one coming out, some vampire one with Jamie Foxx in or something, and I watched the trailer for it, and I was like, this doesn't look good.
I thought the trailer looked okay, but I thought that about Fistful of Vengeance, and then that was one of the worst films I've ever seen. But the last Jamie Foxx film I watched on Netflix was Power, and I thought that was terrible. That was my worst film of 2020, I think. It was awful.
So I'm saying, like, as soon as I see that N logo on a trailer, I'm like, oh, for God's sake.
Yeah. Did they make some good ones, though? Like Harder They Fall last year. I thought that was a good one. I've actually enjoyed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre this year as well. It had problems, but I enjoyed it. So there's our answers, Tom, if that helps. Okay. Hey, what's up? Hello, Drew. Hope you're okay, mate. Thanks for coming along. Is there any directors, this is Tom again, whose films you just don't like? I want to watch The Northman, but I hated The Lighthouse and The Witch, so that's putting me off at the minute. Yeah, Robert Eggers. He's not for everyone, I will admit that. I haven't seen The Witch, but on The Lighthouse is a bit like that. But Tom, I absolutely loved The Northman, and I know Paul did as well, so don't be put off if you didn't like them 2 films, mate.
And I also didn't like The Witch or The Lighthouse, and I was in the exact same boat with you. I was like, the trailer looked amazing for it, but it's the same director of them 2 films, which The Witch, I was okay. It was all right. The Lighthouse, I didn't like it at all. It didn't work for me. So I went into this film, low expectations, and I walked out grinning ear to ear. I was on high. I was so like on cloud 9 after watching The Northman.
Yeah. I mean, in the first 10 minutes, I was thinking, oh, it's going to be another one of them films like The Lighthouse and stuff, but it does. It's not as extreme. It's not. It's got its strange moments.
Yeah.
But it's just such a good movie, mate. And in the first 30 minutes, there's a scene in a village. I won't say what happens, but I think that was my favorite movie moment of the entire year. I just thought it was amazing. Watching that on a big screen, I was like...
When I won't spoil, but the bit when he catches something gets thrown at him and he catches it. So he goes, they storm the village, don't they?
Yeah.
And then somebody throws like a spear or something. He just catches it like that. Yeah. Me and Luke, my mate, who you know, Luke, we looked at each other and just went, "Oh."
Yeah. Luke's in the comments actually. Just sharing in the comments in a minute. But Tom, I recommend it, mate. It's in my top 3 on Letterboxd of the year. So
same.
Just quickly on Spiderhead, Paul. How weird is it that he made that after Top Gun Maverick?
It's the same guy. It was like he did it on his lunch break or something. I'm like, how's the same guy who's just given us one of the best films of the year? But then the same people are saying it about this Grey Man, because that's the Russos who obviously give us Endgame and Infinity War, Civil War. Like, how is this the same people? It's weird.
He done that Cherry as well, didn't he? Which was a bit strange, weird film. Best animated movies, not including Disney and Pixar. Well, I've got a feeling we might say the same thing here, Paul, but what do you think?
That I've seen this year or ever?
Just ever.
My best animated movie of all time is Street Fighter 2, the animated movie.
That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah, what an amazing animated film that is, mate.
Tom, that is free on YouTube to watch. If you just type in Street Fighter 2, the animated movie, it's a Japanese animation movie, but it's in English. One of the best it's my favorite video game movie of all time. It's full of action, blood. You'll love it. I can't imagine anyone who likes sort of that style of animation to watch that and not enjoy it.
Yeah. The first 5 minutes will hook you and you'll just go, like the fight scene at the start with the music. You're just like, wow, I'm watching this. But yeah, that's my one as well. Can't really think of any outside that, to be honest.
Transformers, the movie, the animated one's another one of my favorite animated movies ever.
Yeah, quite a famous one, that, isn't it? I haven't seen it, to be honest. Yeah. From the 90s, is it? 80s?
80s, yeah. I grew up watching that, so I've got a lot of nostalgia for it as well, to be fair, but I love that. Trying to think of some more. I
really enjoyed The Mitchells and the Machines last year. I thought that was a really good film.
Yeah. I didn't watch that, but I did. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Got 2 more coming up with me, part 1 and 2.
Yeah. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. That's top of my head. Well, it would be Street Fighter anyway, but the top of my head is the ones we've just said there, Tom. I can't really think of anything before moving on to the next one.
I mean, I like Japanese anime, so I could throw in stuff like Akira, Ghost in the Shell, and all that stuff. But it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. I know you're into your manga and stuff. But, but yeah, good question, Tom. Right, Jamie, this is me best man from my wedding. What's happening, the boys? What's your most overrated film and why? Well, I could go to 2001: A Space Odyssey there, but I'll try and think of another one because we've already talked about that. I watched one the other day and everyone was saying it was amazing and stuff, and I was like, really? I'll check on my letterbox really quickly now.
Go on, I'll have a think.
Because my girlfriend said the same as well. We were just like, it's all right, like, diary. What one was it? Oh, no, it's not really rated. It's the Poughkeepsie tapes, because everyone was saying it's like so sinister and all that. And halfway through, I was like, what's the big deal? But when it got to the third act, it changed my mind because it did stay with me.
I mean, my most
this one, mate. Go on, sorry.
Go on, you go first, man.
I watched The Evil Dead the other night.
Oh, don't even bring that here, Jordan.
I did like it, but I don't think it's up there with the best horror films ever or anything like that. And it's got like this massive following and stuff. Definitely preferred the remake by a million miles. I mean, I've watched The Evil Dead before a long time ago, and I watched it again the other day, and it's a bit too much for me with the the voices of the demons screaming all the way through it, and I don't know. It started off really well. I did like it. I just didn't love it.
Okay.
A lot of other people do, but I know you're a big fan of that franchise, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I think we spoke about it on Instagram, didn't we? I think, or Twitter maybe, and I said to you, I think again it might be you maybe just come into it too late. I mean, I've watched plenty of films at sort of this age that people have loved from back in the day, and sometimes I think if a film doesn't grab you back in the day, it feels weird watching it sort of 40, 50 years later or whatever, 30 years later. Well, fortunately, I grew up watching Evil Dead, so it's always stuck with me. It's like a nostalgia film. It's like part of me growing up watching movies, so I've got that with it as well. But I can understand why some people don't like it. I really can. It's not incredible. It's not.
I give it 3 out of 5, so that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
But I'm just thinking this character Ash.
Yeah.
I think what I remember, does he come up more personality-wise, come better in the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought he was like a good character, but not like why is everyone actually love Ash? You know what I mean? I think the second one, from what I remember, where he is a better character.
I mean, like obviously with the first one, they didn't know what they had. So like when they went into the second one, they sort of made him like the lead character, and then they started giving him his one-liners and how fans now know him as. That started with the second one. So in the first one, he's just a bumbling teenage idiot, isn't he? To be fair.
Yeah. You know what? There was a lot to like about it, though. I like the actual setting of the forest looked creepy as hell with all the mist. I like the first person view of the demonic possession thing coming into the house, stuff like that. There was things I liked about it. I just didn't love it. That's all. But have you got one then, Paul? What do you think's the most?
I mean, the one that's just come to my head, and it's quite a new film, this is probably just because it didn't work for me, but everyone seems to be raving about it, is The Black Phone.
Oh, yeah.
I again, Lukey's in the comments, me and him went to watch it. The second the credits started rolling, we just looked at each other and just like, just let it, and I'd forgot about the film by the time I got home. I just didn't. There was just bits in it that didn't work for me. There was just a lot of stuff in it, and I don't really want to spoil it if you haven't seen it.
I'm
just a lot of unanswered questions.
People in the comments, innit?
So yeah.
I've seen it, but it's just people in the comments who might not have, that's all.
Yeah. There's just stuff that happens in it that's just not explained. So it's basically things that happen in the film that aren't explained to you as an audience member. So there's rules that haven't been set up in the world that the film takes place in. And you're just supposed to take at face value, like, these characters can do these things. And all the way through the film, I was like, well, why can that lad do that? And why can his sister do that? And it was never answered for me. And I was thinking, oh, I'll get the answers towards the end. There'll be a big twist or something. And then the film just sort of ends on like really quick as well. It just sort of the last third act's just finished, done, credits. I was just that was just like, I just don't get the hype of that film at all. It didn't work for me. Now I could rewatch it again, sort of knowing how it's going to play out. Maybe have fun with it. I've done that plenty of times when I rewatch something knowing how the story's going to play, and it works a bit better. Malignant was a good example of that. Yeah. I rewatched Malignant. I didn't like Malignant first time. Rewatched it, sort of knowing the twist and how it plays out, what the sort of tone the film was going for, and ended up being on one of the top 10 films of last year. So,
yeah. I know exactly what you're saying about The Black Phone, mate. I did enjoy it, but there was definitely things missing. It annoyed me a little bit. Like, we're just meant to go along with it, and maybe that's what the director wanted. I don't know, but. Malignant, just quickly, was a weird one for me because I watched it. I sat in my cinema seat and went, that was a bit silly. And then on the way home, I just couldn't stop thinking about it. I went, you know what, that was a pretty damn good film.
It was. I think with Malignant, I went into it with a frame of mind of what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be the next James Wan's Conjuring movie, like a proper scary horror film, and then we got what we got, which feels sort of more in tone like Evil Dead, like sort of slapsticky. And then I rewatched it when it come out to buy or whatever, or rent. And I just went in, had fun with it. And I thought, you know what, this film's actually pretty damn good.
Yeah, because even though it was a horror, it was like different for James Wan's horror subgenre, really, wasn't it? So good question, Jamie. Remember, everyone, get your questions in. We are going to answer them. Well, we'll try and get to the end of them anyway. Even in AJ's movie place, hope you're doing well, mate. View from Drew says, if an Avengers team happened between Wolverine, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Blade, the Punisher, and the Thing from the Fantastic Four, would it be cool? I suppose so. They're all good characters, I think. It's a bit of I don't know if that's ever been mashed up in the comics before. But, yeah. That's a pretty strong team, in my opinion. What about you, Paul?
That's a hard one, that, man, because I feel, and I love all these characters, by the way, I'm a fan of all these characters, and I know they probably would work in comic books and probably like animated series and stuff, but for me, Blade and Punisher, I wouldn't ever want to see them running around with Spider-Man. I feel like they're three tonally different characters. Well, Blade and Punisher over Spider-Man. Daredevil, Blade, Punisher, I won't mind gelling together. Even Ghost Rider, even Wolverine. I think Spider-Man's sort of the odd one out there because that feels more like a family. Yeah, he's more family-friendly character. Whereas Marvel have pushed Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Blade, Punisher, and even Wolverine with Logan to more R-rated stuff.
Yeah.
So on TV, as how I know them now as their two TV personalities, I don't think they gel well together all on one screen. But I love all them characters though.
Well, what about a fully R-rated film with them all except Spider-Man?
Yeah, like if if you got like Ghost Rider, Blade, the Punisher, Wolverine, Daredevil together in a TV show or a film, called them whatever, the Dark, whatever. I can't think of a name. They probably have been called something in the Marvel comics.
Yeah.
And when the R-rated route of it, yeah, sure, sign me up for
that. I forgot he put the thing in there as well. Fantastic Four. Evening, boys. Hello, Jared. Hope you're okay, mate. Tony from Hot in Charge. Hello, Tony, mate. Yeah, we'll go good. Hope you are, mate. Double Bill Movies. Hello, Jordan, and hello, Paul. I will be checking out your channel.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Definitely get over to Paul, everyone. Give him a sub in that. He's great content. And as you know, by now, he knows his movies, you can tell. Electric Geek, hello, mate. Thanks so much.
You guys.
Hello, Jordan and Paul. Do you like that so many horror films franchises are getting TV series now? Very good question. I know there's a few coming as well, like Hellraiser and stuff. What about you, Paul?
Do you like there's so many horror films? Depends what it is. We've just mentioned talked about Evil Dead. I loved the Evil Dead Ash vs Evil Dead TV show. Well, that was a good extension of the movies. Resident Evil. Oh, Chucky. I was a bit on the fence with Chucky. I liked it when Chucky was in the show. Then everything else, I didn't really gel with the characters. I wish that show was something else. I just didn't like the sort of direction it took with it. But I liked seeing Chucky back on the screen, to be fair. Can't think of any more.
Well, I know Scream's had one for a while, hasn't it?
Scream, I didn't like. I remember watching that. That was poor. That wasn't good at all. So, yeah, I think it's sort of case by case. I mean, if they've, depending on what the franchise is, if it can translate well to TV enough, and enough times pass where they've got, right, we've got a new story now, but we'll take it to the TV format. Yeah, I think it's case by case. I really do.
To be honest, I definitely prefer a brand new Chucky film over a series, but I didn't mind the series. Definitely had its problems.
Yeah.
But I could maybe see Halloween going in this direction now after this film. I don't think they're going to fully stop it. It's just too big of a franchise.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a double-edged sword, really, though, because I do think making it into a TV show can kill a franchise, if you get me. So we'll see.
It's sort of a gamble, in it. I can imagine the people putting it together. I think that as well. Thinking, is this going to be? I know Don Mancini, who obviously the creator of Chucky, putting on Twitter and stuff and interviews him saying he took a big gamble with it because the movies, his straight to DVD movies weren't selling that well. And it was sort of like the last chance to really keep Chucky going. And it worked. I mean, it was a well-received show. Yeah. It didn't work for me that well, but he rolled the dice and it worked for him.
Got season 2 coming as well, hasn't he?
Yeah. Filming it at the moment, I think.
Yeah. I just, I didn't like the way it brought all the Cult of Chucky stuff into it towards the end because I hate that film. I can't stand it. Yeah. But it was fun to see Chucky again. But there's so many unlikable characters in that show, man.
I was like, Chucky, just kill them all, man. I don't care.
You were on Chucky's side in that one, wasn't you? Video Tasties, even and all.
How's it going?
Thanks for coming along, mate. Tom 180, Everton 10-man behind the ball in pre-season the other night. Another long season ahead for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot Tom's an Arsenal fan. They beat us 2-0.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to it, Tom. I'm not going to lie, mate.
I am.
I know you are, mate. Gareth MacDonald. Hi, folks. I watched an Asian film the other day called The Sadness. Yes, that's on Shudder, I believe. If you've not seen it, well, it's messed up and gory. Worth a watch for me, but bloody good. And a gory watch once for me. Oh, one-time watch, but bloody gory. Have you seen The Sadness, Paul?
No, it's been on my watch list. If Tony's still watching, he highly recommends it again. Luke, Mood Mask Night 87, highly recommends it. As soon as I finished Resident Evil, he was like, get the Sadness watch, like wash Resident Evil out your mouth, get the Sadness watch. I just not got round to it. I've got it there, sitting right there to watch and just wait for the right time to watch it.
Yeah, I've actually got a 2021 films to watch and a 2022 films to watch on my letterbox. Like, I've made the list.
Right.
And I believe that is a 2021 film because it come out last January over in Asia or something.
Oh, right, did it? Yeah, is that all?
Sorry?
Is it that old? Has it been out? It's been over there for a while, has it?
Yeah, it got released over here, so people might class it as a 2022 film.
Yeah.
It got released over here this year, but I've had it on my watch list for a good couple of months now since it come on Shudder, because a lot of people are saying how gory it is and stuff, so I want to check it out, definitely. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, Gareth.
Yeah, man.
Olivia Wilde directed Booksmart as well. Yeah, because the film we were talking about before, Paul, the Florence Pugh one. Yeah, Olivia Wilde, I think it is. Have you seen Booksmart?
No, I don't think I have.
I watched it the other night. Tom actually sent me it.
Right.
Oh, mate, it's a really good comedy. You know, I really recommend it. It's like Superbad, but with two girls instead.
Okay, right.
It's good cast in there as well. I noticed a lot of people in there. Definitely recommend it. One of the best films I've watched this month.
Fair enough. Cool, man.
That made me sound like I watched lots of movies there, didn't it? Don't think you're supposed to understand what's going on in David Lynch films. Yeah, I know you're right there, mate, to be honest, because I've watched Blue Velvet, which is probably one of the easiest to understand out of the messed up ones. And there's still some things in that where I'm like, what's going on?
That's what I'm saying. And I know film fans hate when people say this. They're too like, I hate saying it myself, they're too like artsy fartsy for me. I just want to go in, be entertained. And I like challenging movies, don't get me wrong. I don't, I like to be challenged sometimes when watching movies, but I just watched, like Mulholland Drive, I was watching it, and literally I've tried to watch it like 2 or 3 times, and every time I'm like, I'm not even going to try and force and pretend that I like this, because I don't. Like, it's not vibing with me whatsoever.
Yeah. Fair enough, mate. I mean, if he's not to your taste, he's probably in my top 3 directors of all time, to be honest, but I get why people don't like him or can't get on board with his films, but I love, he's got like this, he makes his film look like a dream type sequence. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but the backgrounds of his film, it's usually like a blurred effect. I don't know if you've ever got onto that, but I absolutely love the way he films it like that.
It's David Lynch. Did David Lynch, I feel like I mix these 2 directors up. Did David Lynch do Gone Girl?
No, that's David Fincher, isn't it?
Yeah, see that I sometimes mix them 2 up.
Yeah. David Lynch, right? He made this film. Have you seen Lost Highway?
No.
Right. So it's a story about this guy played by Bill Pullman. Him and his wife keep getting left these videotapes on the step. And every time they go in, it's some fella who's been filming them outside of the house.
Right.
It's just really, really creepy. And halfway through the film just totally changes. And Bill Pullman just becomes this other person.
You know what? Like, you had me hooked then at the start. I was like, yeah, that sounds actually quite good, that.
But he's a different actor and everything. And it's like, what's going on? But it's a great film. But
what's he done recently? Is he, if you can name a couple?
I think the last real big film he done was I forgot the name of it now, but it's a 3-hour-long weird one, so you probably wouldn't like it. Inland Empire, I think his last main one was. He's done a family-friendly one as well called. It's about a guy on a tractor who goes across country. The long way or something. But he's done The Elephant Man.
I can't vibe with his movies. The ones I've seen, I'm just like, yeah, these aren't for me.
You're not seen The Elephant Man?
No, I don't think it. Is it a remake or like the old one?
It's the old one from the late 80s or early 90s with Anthony Hopkins in.
No, I haven't seen that either.
That's probably his most easy to understand film,
right?
With a good story and stuff. So I'd probably recommend that one. He made a Razorhead as well, which is just that's one I didn't like, to be honest. Aidan Edwards, hello Aidan. He's been on the stream before. Hi guys, hope all is well and that the heat hasn't taken too much of its toll on you. Currently on a Blu-ray spending spree. I was wondering if you knew of any good spots to pick some up. Cheers, lads. Well, Aidan, right now, HMV have got the premium sale on, 2 for $15, and there's some great titles in there. So I definitely recommend some of them because they're usually 2 for $25, but they put this sale on 2 for $15 every few months, and they come in nice boxes and everything like that. So definitely recommend that. But good spots to pick some up. You got any, Paul?
I think, I'm a lazy sod, so I just order everything, to be fair. Like, if I ever did a pickup video from a channel, it'd just be me going to the letterbox and taking stuff off the man. Can you imagine just me filming the letterbox?
Yeah. You should do that for a laugh, mate.
So yeah, I mean, I normally just shop off Amazon, CX, or Zavvi. You know, Zavvi, if you sign up for them, they will email you when they're going into like flash sales and stuff, and sometimes you can pick up some good stuff. I mean, I think they had the Mad Max anthology on there, the Steelbook for like half price the other week for like £40 or £50 from 100. So if you look at Zavvi's Zavvi's renowned for being quite. They haven't got good customer service, but if you catch them on a flash sale, you can pick up some good stuff from them. I feel.
I think they always seem to have them flash sales, and there's some really good deals. I really love when you do the 3 for 30 on 4Ks. I know a lot of the other sites tend to do it at the same time. Zavvi always let me know when they're on. Yeah. So that's basically all. I mean, you got to be lucky sometimes, even when you go into CEX and stuff. Sometimes you can find some bargains in there. But yeah, definitely check out the HMV sale, mate, on the premiums, because there's so many titles. They've got the old Scarface in there. I'm thinking about picking up from 1930. But they've got loads of new titles, modern ones, and everything. So, thoughts on Zack Snyder's Watchmen? I've got a confession to make here, everyone. I've never seen it. I've seen the first 5 minutes where it's the Bob Dylan song, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Paul? I'm guessing you have.
Yeah, man. I went to cinema. I remember when it first came out, and I went to cinema to watch it. This before I had any idea what the Watchmen was, the comic or anything. I sort of went into it blind. It was just a new DC movie. I thought, oh, this is going to be like the Superman or Batman or whatever. It's nothing like that. So the first time I watched it, I sort of enjoyed it, but it's not sort of what I thought it was going to be. And then I sort of rewatched it, and it's kept rewatching it. And then I got into the graphic novel, bought the graphic novel, read that numerous times, and I'd probably say it's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time now. I think it's I'm not going to say
the experience if you read the comics and stuff, or do you think you can still really enjoy it? Like, I know you enjoyed it.
No, you don't need to read the comics, but I think in terms of adaptation, I think it's probably one of the best to do it, because it feels at times like panel for panel onto in live action. I think Zack Snyder really caught that. Some diehard Watchmen fans, of comic book fans, don't like the film. I can't fathom why. But I think if you want a live action Watchmen, that's it. That's what Zack Snyder give you. I think it's a phenomenal film. I've recently just picked it up on 4K. Sorry, 4K, the ultimate cut, which is 4 hours long. Zack Snyder likes his 4-hour films, and it's basically the director's cut. So it's the theatrical film with the director's cut scenes inserted back in, and as well as like an animated movie that takes part in between chapters in it. So it's like everything he ever shot and put together, Watchmen, in one film. And it's an experience. It's like Justice League. It's an experience to watch it.
Okay. You know what, Paul? I'm just going to put this on because I've been meaning to watch this film for years, and it's not on my watch list, so it's going on there right now. You was actually telling me about this a while ago. I mean,
as long as you go into it, George, don't go into it thinking it's going to be like a big action Marvel film. It's sort of like a grounded noir crime movie. It's sort of a bit like The Boys and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like grounded, a bit more mature. It's a great film.
Well, there it is on my watch list, ticked on my phone there on Letterboxd. There you go, watch list. Yeah. Watchmen on the watch list. I kind of like comic book movies that aren't a bit too much, I think I might like that one, to be honest. So I'll get that on. Get on that. I love Justice League, the 4-hour cut. I absolutely love
I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I weren't looking forward to that either, because I skipped Justice League because I hated Batman vs Superman so much, and then I'd seen all the reviews and stuff, and I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, so I thought, you know what, I can't be bothered with it. And then I was kind of dreading this one because I still had Batman and Superman in my head, and I just was blown away. I think it was my second favorite movie of last year.
That's right.
I loved it.
I remember going to watch, quickly before you move on, I remember going to watch the Joss Whedon Justice League film at the cinema, and there's a bit in it where Batman falls on his back, and he gets up, goes, "Oh, my back!" Walks off screen. Right then and there, I was like, "I'm done with this film."
Sorry, Paul, you buffered a tiny bit there. What did he say when he hurt his back?
He basically gets up and goes like, "Oh, I've pulled something in my back," and walks off screen. And I was sat there like, "When's Batman ever said that?" I'm out of this film.
It sounds absolutely awful. I feel like I should watch it now that I've seen the new one just to compare.
See the difference, yeah.
But I actually watched that twice in a week, that new one, because I just thought it was so good. Because I watched it and then I said to my wife, "You've got to watch this film," and we watched it again. She loved it as well. Sorry, Paul, but welcome to Raccoons. Oh, that's from Roddy there. I think you hated it at first, didn't you, Paul? It's grown on you.
It's not. It does suck, but I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. Don't get me wrong, man. Trust me, you know, George. I love Resident Evil. It was one of my most anticipated films of last year, and I went into it. And I was like, "What is this? Like, this is not what I wanted from." It just wasn't what I felt they were promising us as fans. And I did a review for it, and I did a worst movies of 2021 list for my channel. It was #1 on it. It was my worst film I watched. Well, I called it disappointing because I didn't want to be audible. So it was my most disappointing film of the year. And then I just sort of rewatched it, and then I was like, you know what? The amount of crap films that I do like, that I grew up watching, that films that I know aren't that great, but I still enjoy them. I always go back to Judge Dredd from 1995 with Stallone. That is not a good film. I enjoy it. I enjoyed the original Mortal Kombat film. It's not a good film, but I can get a kick out of it. So Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City for me now falls in that sort of category. Like, I can just sort of put it on in the background, enjoy the bits I like, and then just get on my phone when the crap's happening.
Yeah. There's a lot of films like that, isn't there? I kind of liked it. Definitely had problems. But I didn't like the way they made Leon a comedic character and stuff like that. He's like the best character for me. But I wanted it to be better.
I feel like what they had there, they had something there. They were going in the right direction. They just needed a better writer and a bigger budget.
I think they tried to do a lot as well with having the 2 stories in there and putting all 4 characters in. Maybe if you made a good base and then introduced them into the second film or something.
Yeah, I agree.
I liked the bit with the truck driver and stuff. Like, that was directly from the second game. I was like, oh yeah, they're playing homage to the games here and stuff. But yeah, he just didn't quite nail it, did he? There you go. If you can, Jordan, try and find a viewing of 2001: A Space Odyssey at the cinema. It's a far better experience. Yeah, I know the cinemas do put it on from time to time, don't they? Yeah. Okay, double bill movies. Next time Odeon is showing that, I'll do it. 1 second. All right. Is he okay? Sorry, Roman was crying. I was just seeing if he was okay. Okay. I'm going to give it another go, double bill movies, definitely. I watched Raccoon City on Monday night. Didn't hate it. Solid opening, but then tries to do so much in so little time. Far too rushed and ending just a total dud. Yeah, we just basically said, haven't we, agreed with the tries to do too much there.
I don't know where they go next. Like, I feel like they've rushed it too much. Like, where would they go now after that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a sequel anyway, is it?
No, it won't. I think they only made like 40 million or something like that.
I didn't like the end either, to be honest. That CGI blob thing. But yeah. Question for both of you: which action movie character do you like more, Terminator, John McClane, or Neo? Good question. What about you, Paul?
Oh, Terminator.
Gotta be
by a mile. George said at the start of the video, I did like my favorite top 10 movies of the 80s. Terminator's in there, Die Hard's in there, but I did a little shout out for Jordan because I know Terminator's got his favorite movie scene of all time in. I love that movie. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love that character. I think that character is one of the best movie characters of all time, if I'm going to be honest.
Love both versions of him as well in both the movies, to be honest. I have to go with Terminator as well, definitely. John McClane and Neo are great characters, though. But it's got to be Terminator on it, especially like they're 2 of our favorite films of all time, aren't they? So, Evening, Jordan, Paul. Hello, Carl. Hope you're okay, mate. Any ideas why Nope got delayed here in the UK? Thought it was out this week. Yeah, I thought it was out Friday, and then Alex, my friend, told me about 2 weeks ago that it had been delayed, and I was like, no, surely not. And I looked and it had, and I just don't know why that happened. I could go on all day about why movies get different release dates. It's stupid. But do you have any idea why it was delayed, Paul?
No, I mean, I only found that yesterday. I put it on an Instagram post, and I was like, you can't. That's that sort of film. You can't really delay in different areas because with the internet, it's that sort of film that there's a lot of twists. There's going to be a lot of things that can be spoiled with it. To delay it that much, I think it's a bit out of order, if I'm going to be honest. Like, if it was just some, I don't know, like Elvis, maybe the new Elvis, they delayed that, I'd be like, okay. But I feel this film it's ripe for spoilers, and I feel like we're all in sort of the internet and the movie space, and to try and avoid that for 2-3 weeks is going to be hard.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, mate, the person I blocked at the start of this video was giving spoilers for it. So
yeah, I've had some in my couple of my videos. I've sort of started reading what it said, and I've sort of realised what it was, and just deleted and blocked straight away. So look out for that. If you have got channels, look out, people are spoiling it already.
I just don't get it, mate. Why would you do that? But I seen them as well, which has annoyed me. So, but yeah, even Spider-Man, when we got it 2 days earlier than the US, and all the US were fuming, and everyone was going, "We can spoil it for them now." I was like, "No, don't make it worse."
That's a bad way of thinking. That's ridiculous. Why you'd think you'd want to do that to someone and spoil something for someone like that? I just don't understand that mentality at all.
But I just don't get it. But why can't you just release it at the same time? What's the big deal?
You know? It was supposed to be, wasn't it? It's supposed to be coming out this Friday.
But, well, you know what, Paul? Right, I'm against pirated movies and stuff like that.
Same.
But when you get in Palm Springs a year later, I can see why people do it. 100%. And sometimes you have to do it.
Yeah.
Because there's no what else can you do unless you can buy it on VLD or whatever? You're gonna get it ruined for you. So, and sometimes it doesn't even get released. I don't know.
It's stuff like when things get released on HBO Max or something, like weeks and weeks before we get it. I'm sorry, and I'm like you. I like to support the industry. I'm gonna pirate it. I don't. Yeah. Here's what
we get it on Sky like 5 months later, don't we? But I don't think. Look, mate, we buy Blu-rays all the time. We've got cinema ticket passes or whatever. You know, I don't. When the odd time we have to, it's not the end of the world. Kate was a belter.
Oh yeah, that was a good shout with oh my god, what's her name? Oh my lord. It was that sort of like John Wick style film on Netflix. Kate, do you remember it last year with Ray Winston's daughter in?
Is it Jamie? No, sorry. Jamie Winston?
No. Oh, what was her name? Her name was completely blank. She was in Scott Pilgrim as well. Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
And his daughter?
No, it's not. I'm thinking of someone else.
Oh. No, I haven't seen that, to be honest.
It's good, man. That's on Netflix. That's sort of like a John Wick style that sort of movie, taken John Wick, but a female version. Kick ass, man. That was a good film. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. No, I haven't heard of it. No, I have to check that out. I was thinking about doing a top 10 Netflix movies, to be honest. Popped into my head the other day, and I was like, I've even got 10 I can think of.
You should do a list for.
Yeah. Spider-Verse is the best animated movie ever.
No arguments if you think that, man. Yeah, I absolutely. I went into that film no expectations. I thought this was going to be a Spider-Man film for children. I thought we've just had the live action stuff. Now they've made one of like a little kids, like some of like Dream, like Minions or something. This was like that sort of vague Spider-Man film. Went into it, blew me away. One of the best films, cinema experiences with an animated movie I've ever been to.
I was blown away by the animation on that. I will say it could be the best looking animated film ever within the style of it. It's up there for best as well. You know, it is. Would you say it's the best Spider-Man movie though, Paul?
I've done a ranking on my letterbox that I feel like I've got it like really high. I think I've got it like top 2, just because it feels so different, and I like it when my expectations are subverted. I think it's an incredible film. I really do. But every time I think about it, I think like that is one of the best Spider-Man films ever made.
There's not many better feelings after you watch the film, and you're just like, that is so much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Is Luke Movie Massacre? Hello, Luke. I want to get you on the stream soon, mate. So let me know when you're ready. Well, the boys. The weirdness in the Northman works well because it's entwined with Norse mythology and some psychedelics they take. You guys excited for Castillo Protocol? Yeah. And I think he's more on about the dream sequences and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It worked for me. I mean, it was just at first when I seen it, when they were acting like dogs and stuff, I was like, oh, he's gonna go there, isn't he?
Yeah.
But that actually works well within the story.
I think me and Luke have said it sort of borderlines fantasy and reality. And I think me and him were playing the Elden Ring at the time. So we were sort of really in with that fantasy, that dark fantasy stuff. And they were giving us that in the Northman. It doesn't hit you over the head with it, and it does work within the film. But they are like the weird sort of Robert Edgar moments in it, but they work. They feel like they fit in the film. And like Luke said, they are playing with like Norse mythology and stuff like that. So yeah, it's cool, man.
It's just good to see a fucking kick-ass, sorry about me swearing, everyone. Just a kick-ass film like that on the cinema, wasn't it? Like, out of nowhere, you know. Are you guys excited for Castillo Protocol? You know what? Someone asked me the other day my most anticipated games, and all I could think of was God of War and RoboCop, and I totally forgot about this. But yeah, this is definitely up there. It looks amazing, I think, Paul.
Yeah,
do you?
Same, yeah. It's. I'm a big fan of the Dead Space games, and it feels like in that sort of vein. And yeah, take my money with that. But that comes out. I love horror games.
It's the guy who made Dead Space who's doing this, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got. I love the first Dead Space. I don't think I played 2 and 3, but I did love the first one. I can't wait for this. I love horror survival like yourself. They're just scarier than films, aren't they?
Yeah, I agree,
yeah. Electric Geek says Spider-Man. Oh, he's just replying, saying it's a good movie and stuff. So here's one, Ninja Scroll. You're a fan of this one?
Yeah, that's a great animated movie. That's an Japanese animation movie from the mid-90s, early 90s. That is if you want to see violence and animation, then go to Ninja Scroll. If you like sort of samurai movies, ninja movies, full of great action, great characters, just a kick-ass animated movie. Highly recommend it.
I did watch this last month. Last year,
right?
Actually, because I had it on Blu-ray for the longest time, and I was trying to get my list down.
Yeah,
there's a horrible villain in that.
I know you mean.
He's horrible.
I know you mean.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it because halfway through I was getting a little bit lost, to be honest. But it started off really well for me.
Did you watch it in English or Japanese?
I can't quite remember, Paul.
No.
To be honest.
Okay.
I think it was subtitled.
Okay, right. Okay.
I think it was anyway. But yeah, it was very violent. I'll give it that.
Oh, yeah.
Arcane was a brilliant animated show. I've heard so many good things about this. You seen Arcane?
I've not watched it yet. No, it's been in my Netflix watch list for I don't know how long since it come out. It's winning loads of awards. It's been up for loads of Emmy awards for best animated show and stuff, hasn't it? I can't remember the game it's sort of based off, but it's sort of it's off like some weird PC or mobile game, and they've sort of just made it into like its animated show that transcends the game. But yeah, I'm gonna get around.
I think you've gone there, Paul. Am I still alive? Everyone? I think I am.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you're back now.
Yeah, sorry.
You just froze for a minute. That's all.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think it's been Movie Bug James. I think he was going on about how good this was, but yeah, I haven't seen it to be honest, but might check it out. Street Fighter 2 animated is great, but I prefer Fist of the North Star origin film from '86. Is that an origin film to Street Fighter?
No, it's another Japanese animated film from the '80s. It's violent as hell. It's sort of like it's a bit like Mad Max meets Street Fighter. It's like this guy. It's sort of set in a post-apocalyptic world, a bit like Mad Max style.
Right.
And you just got this guy wandering the earth like Mad Max, but instead of driving cars, he just does like ninjutsu and karate moves on people and just does people in. It's a head fuck of a film, and it's violent as hell. But that's a good shout as well. To be fair, that's a great one.
Do you know what one really stands out to me? Perfect Blue, is it? That's a film I want to check out. Isn't that like a bit of a horror?
Yeah, that's another Japanese anime, isn't it? Isn't it based off something? Isn't it? Or either that's been. I feel like an American movie was made of it. Sort of took that story and made it into a different movie for America, like a live action movie. But I can't for the hell of me think of what it was. So if anyone knows, please comment, because it'll rack my head for the rest of the street. But yeah, that's a good. That's sort of like a psychological movie. That's good as well, to be fair.
So I'll try and check both of them out, to be honest. Both sound really good. She's your wife, Jordan, not your girlfriend. Yeah. You know what? Since I've had YouTube, I've called her my girlfriend, my fiance, and my wife, and I just can't get used to the wife now. Always Luke telling me off as well. I think you mean your wife. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry, wife. I'm sorry, Paul, but Jordan speaks the truth about the evil. He went there.
He said the same thing to me. Everyone seems to come at me and they're like, "You're blowing up this Evil Dead like it's the best film ever made." He messaged me the same thing. He's like, he watched it and he was like, "Yeah, it was all right." Again, I think it's one of them films. If you didn't sort of grow up with it, you've got the nostalgia for it. It just doesn't work as well today's standards. I love the remake as well. You know that as well, Joel. That's probably my favorite horror film of the last decade, the Evil Dead remake. And I feel like that film is what Sam Raimi would have made had he had the budget and the technology now.
Yeah, that remake is one of the best remakes I've ever seen, mate. You put me on that, and I watched it a few months ago, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing!" I just loved it. While you're here, Paul, I know it's one of your most anticipated films, and I don't think you mentioned it before. What about the Evil Dead Rise?
Yeah, that's true. You know why I don't keep forgetting about it? Because there's no buzz about it. No, it's not being talked about yet, and I'm pretty sure it's coming out around the same time as Halloween. And now I did read on Twitter that it got a test screening in LA. Someone leaked the information. They got a test screening in LA, and apparently it was very, very positive. Positive reaction from people who watched it. And the biggest question on the audience who watched its mind was, why is it going straight onto streaming services? Why is it not getting a cinematic release?
Well, that's positive then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this attached to the remake by any chance? Do you know?
No, I believe it's standalone. I don't think it's attached to anything. I think it's sort of again trying to reboot it again because they were trying to get a sequel off the ground for the remake, but I think it turned into the TV series.
Right.
And now this one is sort of its own beast as well.
Right.
It's sort of it'll have Evil Dead vibes to it, I suppose, but I think it's supposed to be like its own sort of new standalone story.
To be honest, I'm really looking forward to it. To be honest, maybe because it's more modern and stuff, and I love the remake, even though it's not attached.
Yeah,
I like the idea of it being in a skyscraper. I'm sure it's I think that's a really good idea. Taking over the building and stuff like that. So yeah, that's another one I'm looking forward to be honest. Yeah, but good positive feedback there. So hopefully it is good. View it, Drew. How would you rank the Indiana Jones? My ranking is Last Crusade first, Raiders second, Temple of Doom third, and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull fourth. But it's not a horrible or bad movie. What about you, Paul? What would you rank these?
I'd probably do the same, but I'd have Raiders first, Last Crusade second, Temple third, Kingdom fourth. But like Drew says, I don't hate the Crystal Skull like a lot of people do. I've never understood the hate for that film. It's just that I remember going to cinema to watch that and I enjoyed the hell out of it. For whatever reason, that just got a bad rap, and Spielberg made that as well, didn't he? It's a Spielberg movie, I believe.
I'm not saying, to be honest, Paul.
I feel like it is Spielberg. If it's not, I apologize. But like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that whole saga, and I'm looking forward to the fifth one. I'm going to be honest.
Right, I'm just gonna quickly. I need to know, but Indiana Jones. Okay, it's probably people like that now going, "Oh yeah, of course you made it." Yeah, directed by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, I thought it was a good film. It had a great cast. I liked how it was sort of trying to sort of pass on the torch sort of movie. I like the set pieces in it. Obviously, people don't like the sort of third act reveal. Yeah, okay, I can sort of get that. But up until that, I think it's a competent, good film. I think it was a good fourth go at the franchise.
Yeah, I'm the same, mate. It's got its problems, but I didn't. It's not as good as the other three, obviously, but I didn't mind. I didn't hate. I think when it's a popular franchise, people tend to go to one end of this. Like they have to say it's terrible. It's like, oh no, it ain't that good. It's got to be the worst thing ever, hasn't it?
Yeah, nothing can ever be. Yeah, it was good. Always has to be 10 out of 10 or it's a 1 out of 10. There's never, there never seems to be any in between. Yeah, it was all right film.
Yeah. I'm going to be very controversial here and say that Temple of Doom is actually my favorite.
Okay.
I think it's because I grew up watching that so much, and I didn't watch the other two till very late in life. But even when I rewatched the first one about a year ago, I done it for the 80s movie stream. I loved it, but I still prefer Temple of Doom.
Okay, cool.
I love how dark it is, and it's not action all the way through it. Sorry, Paul.
And it does get dark, that one. It's like proper violence.
Yeah, I'd probably put Raiders second, but I have not watched Last Crusade for a very, very long time, so I need to go back to that. But yeah, my order would be Temple of Doom, Raiders, Last Crusade, Crystal Skull. So you are looking forward to the fifth one?
Yeah, why not?
Director, so
yeah, I like Harrison Ford. I like Indiana Jones. I like the director. Let's see what they can give us. Let's go.
Yeah. Hello, Carl. Question: thoughts on the new Resident Evil series on Netflix? Well, I don't know if you're here at the start, Carl, but we have spoke about this, and Paul wasn't a massive fan, was he, mate?
No, I did a review on it, Carl. If you've got 20 minutes spare, go and watch that because I go quite in depth into it. Yeah, I didn't like it. As a fan of Resident Evil, the game series, it didn't work for me. I can imagine maybe casual fans who just want to see a zombie show might get something out of it, but yeah, my fandom took over. My bias, if you like, took over my sort of feelings towards it.
It's done all right, that video as well, hasn't it? I checked before. It's going to.
I was quite impressed by it.
Yeah. I can't really say nothing, Carl. I'm not really up for it, to be honest. I probably will check it out at some point, but the trailer didn't sell me, and Paul definitely hasn't sold me on it. So, but like I was saying before, they've got a great base there to do something amazing with it, and
which can't get right.
6 movies and a TV show and animated shows. They just quite. I haven't seen the animated ones, to be honest, but just can't seem quite to hit the nail on the head, can they? Maybe it is just meant to be a video game at the end of the day. Maybe.
Yeah, I just think you cannot capture that. You can't capture that sort of survival horror immersion in a film. It just doesn't work the same as being there playing the game, sort of being immersed in the game world. It's a completely different experience. I just don't think they can capture it in live action as a movie or whatnot.
I mean, I think there's a lot of games that you think could make great films, and they just don't. They probably wouldn't when you put them on the screen. I know BioShock's coming soon. I think that's coming as a film to Netflix, though.
Fallout's coming as well. I think Prime have got a Fallout series in filming at the moment.
Have they?
Yeah. I've seen a few set shots today on Twitter.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check them out. One of my favorite games ever. Does it look bad?
Yeah. So you'll probably be after that, be saying same thing I am about Resident Evil. I hope not. I hope it's a good show. Like, but
what did you think of the images?
It looked like The Last of Us. All the set photos from The Last of Us. It looks exactly the same. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, I'll have to have a look in a minute. I'd watch that pickups video, Paul. It would definitely be different. The only thing I'd say on that, Paul, you might get people going, "That's clickbait."
Yeah. Welcome to my pickups here. We're going to take you guys down to my letterbox where the Amazon guy stood right now. I'm keeping him waiting so I can record him. Hi, mate. Cheers. Thanks.
Yeah, mate, that'd be amazing. Though. Rhodey says, "I love Watchmen." Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get on that. So there's Paul. Electric Geek, the straight story, the Lynch film. You think yes, it is. The straight story. I got mixed up with the way back because Tommy was on here before. Because I've done me top 10 summer themed films. He says, check out the way back, which is another summer themed film. And I know Cody, who I watch, he goes on about that film as well. So I think that's why I was thinking of that. But yeah, The Straight Story is, I think it's a Disney film actually, and David Lynch directed it, which is strange. Thoughts on that Terrible Monsters trailer?
Rhodey, do me a favor. If after the stream, go type into YouTube Christian Harloff, who's an American YouTuber, quite a big one. Christian Harloff rips on Monsters trailer. It'll be the best 5-10 minutes of your evening because it had me in absolute stitches. That film looks effing terrible. Bad.
Have you ever seen the show? Are you a fan of the show or anything?
No, so I've said this to people, like, that doesn't play. I have not got that to play into with. You know, I've got no nostalgia with the show or nothing. But just as a film fan, as a horror fan, as a Rob Zombie fan, I just pressed play on that trailer, and by the end of it, I was like, I don't know what the hell I've just sat through, but that doesn't look good at all.
Yeah. Me and cousin said this the same thing to me today, and where he went, it looks terrible, doesn't it? Now, I watched the trailer, but I had the baby on my knee, and he kept messing about and stuff, so I was in and out of it. What I seen, I thought, it looked all right, but if I watch it fully, and you know, properly look at, I think all I remember really was the costume design and stuff. Yeah. But if I watch it properly, I'll have to watch it again after the stream. Have
you watched Cody Leach's video of him doing what he basically takes a trailer and flips it into black and white like the old TV show, and then watches it like that, and he goes, "This trailer plays a hell of a lot better in black and white because that's what the old show is, black and white." So that sort of humor they have in that show, like slapsticky stuff, sort of fits in tone with it.
Right.
That was quite a good video. Check that out.
He's saying the movie should be in black and white.
Yeah, the whole film should have been black and white.
I watched this first trailer reaction, but that was only like the little teaser one. I haven't seen his other one. Right. Yeah, I'll still watch it though. Rob Zombie is just one of them, isn't he? I mean, I haven't seen. Is it 31? But apparently that's like one of the worst films ever, isn't it, or something? Or is it 31?
Did I watch that? I can't remember. I felt like I was going to watch it and I didn't end up watching it. The last film I watched of his was the Three Straight to Hell or something like that.
What's that like? I've just bought that on Blu-ray.
I enjoyed it for what it is. I like them characters, to be fair. So I like that group of characters. And I like the setting of that movie. It's like a Western sort of horror movie. I vibed with that. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I just seen an HMV for like £3 on the sale. I went, you know what? I haven't watched this yet, but I love the other two. Seen very mixed reviews on it. So I reckon I'm going to be like you, though. I think I'm going to enjoy it, to be honest.
Yeah.
My favourite graphic novel is Batman Year One, and the film is great also. What's your thoughts, lad? Is Batman Year One the one that Nolan took a lot of inspiration from?
Yeah, so did this new one, to be fair. Yeah, I agree. Batman Year One is probably one of my favourite Batman comics. I've got it behind me here, like right behind me. It's just Batman's graphic novels. I've got that there. One of my favourites. I love the animated movie of it as well. It's probably one of the best Batman animated movies that they've done. And in terms of the Batman, it's my favourite film of the year, and I don't think it will be topped at all. I went to cinema like 5-6 times to watch it in a week.
Oh yeah, I know how much you love that, Paul. I'm not really a big graphic novel person, to be honest, but if I was going to buy any, it probably would be Batman. But he made him work, Terry. I don't know if he's watching, but he said that's a good one to start with. Yeah,
so it's sort of like an origin story, if you like. It's the year one of Batman.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a reboot that they did in the 80s, where to try and make Batman a bit more dark and gritty, like we know him now as the character, how we have him now. Frank Miller wrote and did the art for it. I think I might be wrong there. He definitely wrote it, and it's just a great story. It's not long. It's a good read, and yeah, you'll notice stuff once you read it. You'll notice stuff that Nolan and Reeves used for their film.
Right. Okay. I might pick one up just to check it out, you know. Because sometimes when I'm in HMV and stuff, I do have a little look at that section, just flick through some of them.
Yeah.
Great stream, guys. Got to go now. We'll check out the Street Fighter movie. No problem, Tom.
Let us know your thoughts, Tom. My DMs are always open, man. Let us know your thoughts if you watch it.
Yeah, I've been messaging Tom a little bit on Instagram talking about films. So, Tom, thanks for all your support that you're always giving me, mate, and you're always commenting and stuff. Thank you so much, mate. Totally agree on the no answer. Yeah, I just it's already been spoiled, and I know I'm going to see something else in the next 3 weeks. So
it's a shame, man. It's a shame, man. It's just dickheads. Just people just want to ruin things for everyone.
But I actually liked this last film. I know you just said you weren't a big fan. I preferred it over Get Out, to be honest.
I'll tell you what, John, I've only ever watched it. I've never rewatched it since the cinema, so I need to rewatch it again. Yeah. I liked it. I just didn't like it as much as Get Out. I know you said you enjoyed it more. I need to rewatch it. I've literally only had one viewing of it, and that's when it first come out.
I think I might be a good idea for you as well. Revisit both of them just before.
I was thinking about it. To be fair, I think I might just bang through both, maybe double bill them some one evening or something.
I've wanted to give Get Out a go again for a while now. I've bought it on 4K and everything. The only thing with that film, I did like it. I predicted the end after 30 minutes. I knew what was going on. So I think that's what put me off. No problem, Carl. I don't know what he's thanking us for. I can't remember. Who do you guys think is a better villain, Darth Vader or Thanos? That's a very good question.
Darth Vader. Darth Vader is my favorite villain of all time. Above Hans Gruber, above whoever else you can think of, Thanos. Darth Vader's the baddest guy in the galaxy. I love Darth Vader.
Paul, right? If he asked me this question 2 months ago, I might have said Thanos. I've just rewatched A New Hope, Empire, and Return of the Jedi, and now I realise how good Darth Vader is, especially in Empire Strikes Back. I was just like, wow, this guy is just amazing. I can see why everyone loves him as the most popular villain ever.
I love his like smarmy attitude he has to everyone. Like he knows you can kill anyone in instant, and you can tell everyone's like they're threatened and scared of him, and he just stands there, doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I don't know why, even though it's not really, even though he's talking about the Emperor, but I like that moment. I don't know why, where he just says to that fella, the Emperor will not be as forgiving as me. Yeah, he's great. He's great, Darth Vader. So I'm actually going to go with Darth Vader myself. But Thanos, you can't take nothing away from him.
Oh, no. Thanos is probably one of the best villains of probably the last 10 years on cinema, let's be honest.
I think he's the best MCU villain, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys. Hello, Lucas. Thanks for coming along, mate. Hope you're all right. Gregor John. Hello, Gregor John. Right, I'm just getting near the bottom of the comments here. There's still quite a few to go, though. So if anyone want to get any comments in, just get them in. Sword of a Stranger blew my head off. That's an incredible animated film. Well worth checking out. Have you seen that one, Paul?
Yeah, it's another Japanese animated one. It's sort of like a samurai movie. It's good, though.
Right. I've never heard of that, to be honest. I know you and Luke are both into it, though, aren't you? So,
well, no, it's quite an old film. It's like 6-7 years old. We sort of got onto it. We found it. I think I found it, or Tarek might have got us onto it or something. We both watched it. Like, yeah, this film's sick.
I need to get into anime a little bit more. Thoughts on Halloween Ends? We gonna get the horror crescendo we deserve, or bang average tosh?
I love every time I think about Halloween, because me and Luke went to watch Halloween Kills. First day come out 10 a.m. first showing, and I remember watching it. And Luke, Movie Master 97 is a big. I love Halloween. That's his franchise as far as I'm concerned. And I was watching it, I was like, I'm not enjoying this. And I was thinking, if I'm not enjoying it, then he's definitely not enjoying this film. And I looked over to him, because our friend was in the middle of us, and I looked over to him, and I could just see him in his seat like that. Like, not happy.
You know what, mate? I feel like a hypocrite when I watched that film, because I thought people were moaning before it who'd seen it early, saying, all he does is go around killing people. And I was like, that's what I want from a Halloween film. After 30 minutes, I was like, this is getting so repetitive now. You froze again there, Paul. Hopefully you'll come back on in a second.
I've been there.
Yeah.
We're all good. Don't we worry.
It froze a bit there just as it finished. So if you could just say what you said again. Sorry, mate.
I think you were talking about Halloween Kills, weren't we? You were saying...
but when I said that's all I wanted from a Halloween film,
I was just laughing because I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I know. It got really repetitive. What I will give that film, though, the 78 moments were class. I love the way they filmed that. And I thought that was a really good.
I've always said about Halloween Kills, when Myers is on screen, the film's a 10 out of 10. When he's not on screen and they're doing all the side story stuff, it's a check your phone moment for me. I'm just not interested.
I mean, that might be one of the worst quotes ever. Evil dies tonight.
I was hoping that wouldn't ever get said ever again. I was trying my best not to say it.
I can think of one worse quote in a horror film, and that's "Do your thing, cuz" in Texas Chainsaw.
If someone can recut, I know there are horror YouTubers out there that recut the films to how they like it. Someone can give me Halloween Kills without all that Evil Dies Tonight crap in. I reckon it'd be a hell of a lot better movie. I really do.
What the hell was that thing with the escaped doctor as well?
I don't know. I don't know. I was watching like, what is this?
People actually thought he was Michael Myers. And he was half the size.
He looks like Danny DeVito from Batman Returns. Man. I was like, how does it look like that? It's not Michael Myers.
But yeah,
I'm hoping David Gordon Green, Blumhouse have listened to the feedback. They must have heard it. They must have said it. They've gone, right, we cannot disappoint the fans this time. We need to get them back. Now, I think listening to fans too much isn't a good thing. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is a good example of not to listen to fans and just to stick with the plan you have. But I hope they come out swinging. Like I said, that teaser trailer didn't really blow me socks off or anything, but I hope when I walk out of that film, October 13th, 14th, that I come out going, you know what? They got me back. That was incredible.
Yeah, I hope the same, mate. I mean, I didn't love 2018. I thought it was good. I didn't love it, but it had some really cool moments, especially where he finds the mask in the bin. And I thought it was a 7 out of 10 movie. You know, I just didn't like kills though. So I really hope they do finish this off really well. But
yeah,
I do like this Michael Myers though. This version of him, I think he's great. Wagwan.
Tarek, don't be bringing your London slang here.
Funny guy. Thanks for coming along, Tariq. Hope you're all right, mate.
Very good, man.
Aside from the Snyder Cut, what's your favourite director's cut of a movie? I know mine.
Go on.
I'm going to say Terminator 2.
Okay. I'm going to go with Aliens.
Is that where it's right? Can't remember the theatrical cut because I've only ever watched the director's cut for the last 15 years. Yeah. Is that where they had all stuff about Ripley's daughter in and stuff? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you had that moment in with the guns, the turret guns. Yeah. Yeah, I can see why. That Ripley daughter story adds so much more to the film, doesn't it?
And weirdly, if they didn't have added that, if they didn't add that back in, then we wouldn't have got Alien Isolation, the game, because that plays off that.
I still haven't played it.
But Terminator 2 is good. That would have been like, they're like there. They are my go-to versions of the film. Yeah. You know.
Well, both of them.
Yeah, I love that bit in the directors of Terminator 2 with the chip, when they're swapping the chip and that. I love that scene. I love the extra stuff with T-1000 stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
I remember watching that on telly. Like they said, this is aired for the first time ever, and I was watching it going, wow, it's like an extra 30 minutes here of stuff I haven't seen. All the dream sequences with Kyle Reese and everything. Just everything adds more to the movie that he threw in there.
I mean, like pace-wise, like I've heard the argument pace-wise, it sort of makes the film feel a bit too long, and I can sort of get that. But as a fan of the movie, I want to see more of it. Do you get what I mean?
I remember I went to cinema to see it, and I was so excited. And then I think it was where he says, "Okay, Dr. Silverman, I'll take care of it," and put Sarah in a room. It just cut from that, and I went, "Oh, it's not the director's cut." Yeah, because you usually see him go in and like
being all weird.
Oh, he's horrible, then, mate. He's a vile character. Just looks like a nice bubbly guy as well, doesn't he? And he's just horrible. Well, what's your review? Thanks, Paul. Sorry, missed the start. No worries, Carl, mate.
Yeah,
I'm expected to be everyone on time, like at school. We've got Haley here. Hello, Haley. Thanks for coming
Hiya.
along. Hi, guys. Hope you're well. Speaking of games, I've recently discovered Red Dead Redemption 2. It's the most incredible game. I'm just over halfway. I know the spoilers. I don't want it to end going for 100% completion. Very, very nice. Fully respect if you get that to 100%. What do you reckon of Red Dead 2, Paul?
Blew me away. I remember I booked off like 3 days from work for it. I was that excited for it, and it was not very often I do this, but because I wanted to play it at midnight, I bought it digitally because I was kind of like, right, I'm gonna have an all nighter with this, and I did. I loved it. I thought it was incredible. It's a bit gutted, the spoilers. I think it's got a few good twists in it towards the end, on it. Red Dead. It's incredible. I think I've only played it through once though, and I've been wanting to replay it again for the longest time. I just haven't got, because I know it's quite a lengthy game, and I sort of like, once I've done a game like that, I won't revisit for a while.
Yeah.
Because I always like to have a sort of long game ongoing at the same, like, keep going. But I do want to read it. I love it. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 is a fantastic game.
Yeah. I my only problem with that game is tapping X all the time when you're on the horse. That was the only thing that really felt tedious. But the story is unbelievable. And at the start, the character you are, I was like, I don't really like this guy. And by the end, I was like, this guy is God.
Yeah. I remember playing it as well. I loved the beginning when you're in like the snow and stuff. And as soon as I sort of got off the game, I was like, right, I want to go and watch Django and the Hateful Eight and all sort of Western films. I just got proper walked into Westerns after playing Red Dead 2.
Yeah. Got good voice work and everything, hasn't it? I mean, it is a great game. I do prefer the first slightly, but I did really like Red Dead 2.
I can't really remember the first. I've only played the first once when it came out, and I loved it, but I've never replayed it, so I can hardly remember, if I'm going to be honest. I can remember sort of I know they remember the ending because it's memorable, but in terms of like, I can't really remember many missions in it and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I think it's just stuck in my head because it was like, I loved the open world games and so, and that was something that an open world hadn't given me before. So I loved it, to be honest. I don't do no much tapping of the X as well, but I love both really.
Yeah.
I've seen Elden Ring 2, looks amazing also, but heard it's quite laggy on Xbox One, so going to wait till I upgrade to a Series X to enjoy it properly. You've played Elden Ring, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah, got it on PS5. I've not heard anything about it being laggy on any consoles, if I'm going to be honest. And if I'm going to be honest, I didn't even realise they had released it on PS4 and Xbox One. I thought it was a next-gen game.
Yeah, I think I realised they had when I seen the price for £45, and I thought, okay, it must have.
But prepared for, if you're going to buy it and play it, prepare for a lot of swearing. Prepare for wanting to put your TV through with the control. You're going to get angry, very angry, plenty of times. But it's one of the most rewarding games I've ever played. I put about 90 hours into it, which I do not do anymore in games. So that's how much I got into it. I hardly ever put that sort of time into games anymore, just because I don't have that time. But yeah, I was getting to points where I was spending like hours trying to get through a section. When I did it, I literally felt like I could have gone outside and had a cigarette. I felt that rewarded, and getting through the game, and it really does reward you if you stick with it. It's one of the best games I've played this year. I'll probably say it's the best game I've played this year until The Last of Us remake comes out.
You were like me, weren't you? Weren't really fancying it. Yeah. And I think we went opposite ways. I did really, really like what I seen of it, but I give up. I do want to go back to it because it seems such a shame after all the great stuff I've heard. I need to go back to it, but
I give up on it for months.
Sorry?
I gave up on it for about a month and a half, and I thought, I was going to trade it in at one point, and then I seen a few people, Luke, in the comments in the chat, finished it, was getting into it, and I thought, I'm just going to go through. I'm going to carry on with it.
Well, what it is, mate, Roman was going through a really, like, if people don't know, I've got a young lad called Roman. He's only 9 months old. But at that moment when that game come out, he was crying all the time and whinging. And you know, when he went to bed, I just couldn't be bothered struggling with the game. I wanted to either watch a film or play something easy. And I think that's what put me off it a little bit. So he's getting better now, so I might go back to it soon. But I want to play that Stray first. That's just come to PlayStation 5.
Okay.
Because it's just come to the premium, hasn't it, for free?
The cat one?
Yeah. But I looked at GameSpot, I got 9 out of 10 and stuff, which...
No, it did actually.
Yeah, and IGN gave it an 8.
Well, okay.
Apparently it's only an 8-hour game, so I'm going to give it a go.
I like cats as well. I've got 2.
Oh, yeah. We should play it then, Paul. But what was the one you said you were looking on?
Last of Us remake. I've bought the day off work for it.
Okay.
Yeah, like you know how much I like that game, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in PS5 graphics, man. I can't wait for that.
I don't know whether to wait for this. It's in my top 10 games of all time, but I played it for the first time on PS4.
Okay, the remaster, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't get a PS4 until about halfway through its cycle. So the first time I played it was only about 4 years ago. So I might just wait a little bit. I know it's meant to be a great remaster, and all the people who made it are coming out saying it's more than what you think and stuff like that. But
you're not the only person to say that as well. I've seen loads of people say it doesn't warrant having a remake. It's not even that old of a game. I agree with that. I fully understand that.
Yeah. If I played it on the PS3 when it first come out, I'd probably be right up for it. But I think I'm just gonna hold back a little bit there. Probably be on the PlayStation Premium in about 6 months. So I don't know. Only because it's an exclusive. I don't know. Hello, guys. Hello, Rob. How are you? Good to see you here. Hi, it's Trevor again. What's your preferred era between the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s? So is he asking, like, what's our best decade out of them for, do you think?
For movies? I'm going to presume, yes. We are talking movies. I probably couldn't... It's going to be 70s, I think. They're the most... I'm an 80s kid, but I have grew up with a lot of 70s films. I think when we start going a bit further back, you're probably starting to lose me a bit. I probably couldn't even tell you one film from the 50s or 40s. I'm going to be... If I put my mind to it, I'd probably think of some that I've seen, but 70s, you know, you got The Exorcist there. That's the one that comes to me. Had Star Wars, Halloween, Texas Chainsaw,
yeah. I mean, I'd definitely say 70s as well. In fact, after the 90s and 80s, it's probably my favourite era, but I mean, you got Halloween and Dog Day Afternoon. There's so many things, films. I could think Godfather 1 and 2. It's got to be the 70s, but there's a few films from the 60s I really do like. Psycho is one of the best films I've ever seen, to be honest. And the 40s, It's a Wonderful Life. Great movie in my top 20 of all time there. Can't really think of too many from the 50s, to be honest.
That's what I mean. Like, when you put your head to it and think about it, you probably pull some out of the 40s, 50s. What was that? Wizard of Oz? When was that?
39.
When was it?
39.
Oh, yeah, so I can't use that one then.
Yeah, so the Wizard of Oz is in like my top 20 as well, but yeah, I can't really think of any others from them decades, to be honest, Paul. I thought I had a few for the 60s there, but
I mean, like you got a few of the Hitchcock films there, like Rear Window and stuff like that, maybe.
North by Northwest, if that's 60s, that's one of my favourite Hitchcocks as well. That might actually be 50s, that. Yeah, 70s, definitely. It's a golden era, to be honest, I think. Taxi Driver, I was going to say Raging Bull, that's 80s, isn't it?
Was it? Yeah, okay.
I think so. I'm good, fellas. Stream is going well. Thanks so much, Tariq. Like I said, everyone, you want to get some questions in? We've still got a few more questions to get to, but anyone want to get any in? Feel free. We're going to be... I think Paul wants to stay till 10 because his girlfriend's watching Love Island.
Yeah, I can't be watching that.
I don't know if we'll get till 10, but we'll see.
Yeah,
you guys buzzing for the new Predator Prey? Good question, because that's coming out soon. Looks class, like the fact they've stripped it back, and hopefully it's going to be a case she uses her wits to outsmart the Pred. The Pred, I like that. Yeah, that's out next week. Oh, 2 weeks, isn't it? On
Hulu? 2 weeks, yeah.
So I'm guessing it'll be Disney Plus for us.
Yeah, coming on Disney Plus, yeah. Same day, yeah, it is, yeah.
Because sometimes we get them a couple of weeks later after they come on Hulu, don't they? What do you think of this one, Paul?
Yeah, I think it looks awesome. Straight as soon as I seen the trailer, I was like, yeah, this looks like a Predator film I want to see. I like Luke said, I like the way they've sort of stripped it back, feels sort of like the first one, but it's set in Native America, so like Indians and stuff like that. So I think that time period would be that's a cool time period to use for the Predator.
Yeah,
like bow and arrows, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think the trailer looks cool.
Yeah,
and it can't be any worse than the last film we watched.
The what, sorry?
It can't be any worse than the last one.
The Shane Black one, is it?
Yeah.
I've not seen the Shane Black one, to be honest. That was surprising. Yeah. I don't think I've seen the trailer for this either, but I've seen images. And I don't really want to watch the trailer, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, go for it. I'm going blind. I reckon it'd be quite cool.
Yeah, but I do think that's a good era to have in because they haven't got guns and stuff to their advantage, which is going to make it harder. It's already hard anyway when you've got bloody machine guns and stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I hope it's good because it's coming straight to streaming. But you do still get good movies on streaming. So
yeah,
that's another one to look out for. Actually, I forgot about that. Did you play Undead Nightmare Zombie expansion to the first game? No, what, Jared? I didn't, mate. And I've heard it's one of the best DLCs ever. Did you, Paul?
I feel like I started it. I just never finished it. I'm a big zombie fan. Yeah, Resident Evil, Walking Dead, stuff like that. So as soon as I seen they were doing like a zombie version of Red Dead, yeah, I was all over it. But I don't think I ever finished it. Can't remember why. It's quite a while back, isn't it? Like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I heard great things about it, but I never got around to it. Yeah, the first Red Dead, he means. Yeah, and I know what you meant there, Jared. Tariq, Jord, consider now what you love story of Ricky. When are you going to start your deep dive into Hong Kong East Asian cinema? I threw a load of films names at Paul, and he was on it like crap.
Yeah, true.
I think 88 films do a lot of these, don't they?
Yeah.
Does he mean more like Jackie Chan movies and stuff?
Anything. I went through, I think I had like 2 weeks off work. I booked 2 weeks off work and I wanted to just jump into something different. And I know Tariq, Lockdown Stash, is into his East Asian cinema, his martial arts, kung fu movies. I said, just give me a list of stuff you feel I would like, because he knows I won't like, he knew I wouldn't like sort of the cheesy stuff, which he does like, but he knew I sort of wanted like the raid style stuff. And he gave me a list of films from 2000s, 1980s, and I just looked them up online, looked at the ones I thought I would enjoy the most, and just went through a list over 2 weeks, and I found some right gems. I really did.
Right. Any that you can think of the top of your head?
There's 4 Netflix films called Ryoushin Kenshin. In fact, you know what? I bought some here. Sorry, Joe. Give me a second. Right. 7th Samurai, 100% worth watching. Oh, if you froze, George.
Don't know
oh, no, there you go. You're fine.
Oh, my heart's up there.
Yeah, sorry, man. 7th Samurai. Yeah.
Seen that.
Raging Fire with Donnie Yen.
Isn't that a new 2021 film?
One of the best action films I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan's Police Story 1 and 2. They were fantastic. The obvious one. Enter the Dragon. Blade the Immortal. That was a good film. That was an Arrow video. About a guy, like a samurai who just can't be killed. That's that Ryoushin Kenshin. They're on Netflix.
Right.
A few more Donnie Yen. Kung Fu Killer. That was awesome. Just a great action film. And Special ID. If you've ever played the game Sleeping Dogs, remember that game? This feels like the film version of that.
Okay. Some of them look interesting to me. I've heard great things about that Raging Fire, to be honest, because you were tweeting about it, and some other guy, Steve George is his name on Twitter, he was tweeting about it at the same time, and I was like, that was a bit of a coincidence, but it must be good for you to go on about it like that. Have you seen Enter the Dragon there? I've seen that. That's amazing. Have you seen Story of Ricky?
No, but it was. I think it was on that list, and I think I couldn't find it like to rent or anything. I know you can buy it on I think you bought it, haven't you? Like the special edition version of it. I couldn't find it anywhere to rent or anywhere like that, so I didn't get around to watching it. But I remember watching the trailer for it. I was like, Jesus Christ, this looks violent as hell.
Do you know what, mate? I know you said I don't want the cheesy ones and stuff, but mate, you've got to watch this film.
Yeah.
I watched it and I was just like, this is like a masterpiece in its own right.
Right.
You know what it reminded me of? Mortal Kombat with Street Fighter in a prison merged
Right,
together.
okay.
And that's kind of what it reminded me of. I can't recommend it anymore, mate. And like there is an 88 films version of it. Yeah. I definitely recommend picking it up, mate. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I'll try and what was that last one called with the sleeping dogs? That
Special ID. It's basically an undercover cop. It's basically the story of Sleeping Dogs, an undercover cop. But the fight scenes in it are awesome. I
know you're a fan of the Raid films as well, aren't you? But Tariq said to me, "What are your favourite ones on Instagram?" Not the Raid though. I don't know who you talking about them.
Yeah, I think he is.
1 second. Is he Sam? Is he crying? No. Oh, I thought he was. Sorry, mate. Sorry about that. Yeah, Red. Hang on. With The Last of Us, some people think they should have waited for like the 15-year anniversary or something like that, maybe mid PS5 line cycle. I mean, yeah, I know why people aren't really up for it and stuff, but if they've got something special on their hands and they think they've got, maybe it's worth it. But there has been cash grabs before, and it still happens.
I mean, like, I've seen people online saying like they shouldn't have made it £70 or whatever, $70 because that's a full price game. And people are sort of annoying me to like it's not a remake, it's a remaster. I'm like, no, it's a built from ground up remake. But what they've done with it is still kept it shot for shot for the first game. They've just remade it into PS5 with PS5 technology and graphics. So when you're playing it, you're going to essentially be playing the same game, but in PS5 graphics. So it is a new game, so it warrants the like Resident Evil 2 remake was a full price game. Granted, that original one was a PS1 game, and this was a PS3, PS4 game, but it's still a brand new game, if you like, if that makes sense. And but I can understand what people are saying. I really can understand what people are saying. But you stick The Last of Us on something, I'm buying it, and it's one of my favorite franchises at the moment, video game wise. And after playing The Last of Us 2, the graphics for that are unbelievable. And I just want to play that game in the graphics I've got the capability of now.
Yeah. Don't you just feel so envious of a person who's going to be playing that for the first time?
Yeah. I'm like that with a TV series, though. The people, if that TV series, The Last of Us, is a smash hit and they knock it out of the park, there's going to be so many more new fans for that franchise that have never played. You know, people like your girlfriend or something, you might watch it, and they're not going to know anything from the games, and they're going to be feeling them experiences, the stuff, you know, that hits you hard in them games. There's some hard hitting stuff in it.
Yeah.
So that show, if it's a smash hit, it's going to bring in a whole new audience.
Yeah. I've got high confidence in that because it's HBO.
Same.
And I kind of hope they do the same story as the game and they just retell it. I'm up for just watching it, you know, and just relaxing and watching it. I'll be very happy if they just do it the exact same, to be honest, because it's an amazing story. It's one of the greatest stories ever told. So, what game franchise would you most like to see as a TV series or film? What about you, Paul? You got any there?
Oh, man, it's hard. It's such a hard question because they haven't got a track record, have they? Let's be honest. It's not even a good one. They haven't got a track record yet. Jesus. You know what? I feel like every game that I like, they've tried it already, or it's coming out. You know, I mean, I did a top 10. I think you did the same video, top 10 video games of all time. I feel like 9 or 8 of them have been tried to be made into a TV series or a film. Metal Gear Solid is probably the one that's just coming into my head. That's been rumored because I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure, Oscar Isaac is playing Solid Snake in that film, and he's come out and said that, but there's just been no talk about it. for like a year or so.
I'm sure it was scheduled for the 2022 release last time I looked, but it's got no chance this year.
That's ripe for to be live action, yeah, I suppose, if they do it right.
Yeah, I think that's a great answer, to be honest, because that could be an amazing film. I want BioShock to be a film, but now we're getting it with the Netflix. I'm kind of like that, but I think that has got potential to be unbelievable. Have you ever played BioShock, Paul?
Yeah, I couldn't get into one. I'm not saying the rubbish or anything. They didn't work for me. But I'd be up for seeing a TV adaptation. I like the world and I like the locations and stuff, but I just couldn't gel with the games. I can't really give you a reason why. If I'm going to be honest, it just wasn't vibing with them. But I'd be up for seeing a TV series of it.
I was like that the first time I played that game. I was a bit like, can't really get into this, and I went back to it about a year later, and it absolutely blew me away. So maybe it might be we have to go with the remasters or whatever. I don't know. You could pick up Undead on disc at CEX. Yeah, I've seen it in there lots of times. Need to see Seven Samurai, been on the watch list for ages. Just make sure you got 3.5 hours there, my friend.
Yeah, it's long, man. Yeah.
Right. There's a guy called Thomas Dean here, right, asking me questions, and I've just put him in timeout, but I know who you are. You're Dean from work, so I'm just gonna put you in timeout, mate, asking Bob the Builder questions and stuff.
No, I don't like it. No, I don't want to see it made into a film.
He said he's sitting there watching it, smoking a joint. So,
there's better ways. There's worse ways to spend the evening. I could be sat downstairs watching Love Island. So,
yeah, I like Seven Samurai. I like the first half of the movie a lot better.
Like the setup of it.
Yeah, and where they're looking for the samurais and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Was you like that, or did you just like the whole lot?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a good film. I did prefer sort of I liked them all meeting each other and getting them together. That was my favorite part of it, but I did enjoy the whole experience. To be fair,
yeah, fair enough. I've been eyeing up a movie called Super Dark Times. You guys seen it? Also, what inspired the name Movie Worm? Super Dark Times. I've heard of this film. You, Paul?
No, but Luke, send us a picture of some of it.
I'm trying to think you know, because I have heard of this film. Oh yeah, it's me mate Tony. You know Tony from Movies and Us.
Yeah.
He's recommended this to me a few times. 2017. I think it's like I don't know if it takes place in the 80s or something. Something about when you have a gruesome accident leads to a cover up. So sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's recommended that film to me. So yeah, that's going on the watch list right now. Sorry about this, everyone. All I do when I come on this is put things on my watch list. So,
and Tony and Danny, if you're watching, get back on YouTube.
I know, yeah. They come back on it for a bit, didn't they? And they just haven't.
Yeah, I think they should come back. I enjoyed watching their content.
Yeah, me too. What inspired the name Movie Worm? To be honest, Luke, I just thought of the phrase bookworm and thought, well, I'm into movies, so I'll call myself Movie Worm. Also, I was very, very skinny when I was at school. I still am a little bit now, but I was super skinny, and everyone used to call me Earthworm Jordan. So there you go. Oh yeah, inspired by two different things there.
That's coming back, Jordan. Sorry, man.
What have I said?
I'm bringing it back. Earthworm Jordan.
Jamie, I'm moving on swiftly. Actually, just watched Black Phone since my last question. I did enjoy it. Had the same concept of Stir of Echoes. What's your favourite supernatural film, such as Sixth Sense or Mirrors? Good question.
That is a good question.
Favourite supernatural horror, I'm guessing there, Jamie.
Yeah.
I like Sinister. I thought that was terrified the life out of me. Sinister, which is
I
same
think,
director.
yeah, and I think I love that film as well. And I think going into Black Phone, knowing it's the same director as well, that sort of lowered it for me because I don't think it's as good a film as Sinister.
Yeah.
Supernatural film.
I thought The Conjuring 1 and 2 were really good.
Yeah,
And I think I like the second one better, to be honest. They weren't as scary, but it was a better story for me. All taking place in London and stuff.
Oh, that TV scene, man. When he's behind the TV or whatever,
Yeah.
like, turn out. Oh my god.
Sixth Sense is a good one, I suppose. I've only ever seen it once. You got any, Paul?
I'm trying to think, man. Exorcist, if you can call that supernatural, that's more. I don't think that is. Does that count as supernatural?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Demonic possession, innit?
Yeah. The Conjuring then comes to my head as well. They were good ones. Ghostbusters, if we're going to play the supernatural game. Supernatural movies.
Insidious.
Insidious was one. I really, really enjoy the first Paranormal Activity, and I know that a lot of people don't. I think that was a great. When I went into that film blind as anything, that I thought that was a great experience in the cinema. That the first Paranormal Activity movie.
I've liked all of them apart from that last one, Next of Kin.
I still haven't watched the last one.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all, mate. But
I don't think I've seen the one before that. The last one I watched is where there's two brothers in it or something.
In Mexico, is it?
That's the one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, it sort of ties back into the first one, doesn't it? Sort of thing.
Yeah. I really like the second one as well, where some guy gets his neck snapped, and I was like, this is really evil, this movie. Yeah. Yeah, one's off the top of
Poltergeist. There's another one to come to me.
Poltergeist, yeah. I haven't seen that for ages. Toby Cooper. Weird the way he made that in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, it's not weird, but two totally different horror films. Yeah, that's top of my head. Insidious, I really liked it, but I think the more I watch it, it loses a little bit every time for me. It's the second half of the film.
When they go into like the alternate dimension or whatnot. Yeah, same.
People are just saying that it's too soon after the previous PS4 remaster. Yeah, good point, actually. If they hadn't brought that out, I think everyone would be up for it, wouldn't they? Yeah, good point, actually. Personally, I loved Halloween Kills. Yeah, I know there's a few people who really did. Yeah, there's people who liked it, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm, yeah. I'm more apologize. I really wanted to. I was. You couldn't have got me any more hyped for a film last year, and I just wasn't what I wanted from a Halloween film. I rewatched it, and I will continue to rewatch it, but I sort of just dismiss the bits I don't like I've done with a few. There's a few Halloween sequels that I'll watch, and there's bits in Halloween 4 I don't really like, but I still watch it and enjoy it as a Halloween film. So.
Have you got them 4Ks by any chance?
Yeah, I got the 1, 2, and 4. I didn't buy the whole set because I don't really like 3 or 5. I'm going to be honest, so I just got the ones I liked.
I've been thinking about buying one a week because I know they're like 30 quid, aren't they?
Yeah, they're quite pricey.
But I was held off for ages because they only had the 5, but 6, 7, and 8 are coming now, aren't they?
Oh, are they? I didn't know that.
In October, it's been announced. So
okay.
I'm thinking about just buying maybe one a week or something. Because I'm sick of waiting for bloody a UK release in this box set. I've been waiting since the day Blu-rays came out, and they still haven't brought it out. And they have an opportunity every single year in October to do it.
You know what, George? I'd probably hang on till after this film's come out and see what they do with that. See if they bring out a full set. Yeah,
that might be. Yeah, because I just don't want these to sell out, but they shouldn't do, should they?
I don't know. They're not like that Scream Factory Halloween box set that you see a few people. That you cannot get that anywhere now unless you want to pay like $1,000 for it, which I've seen people try and sell it for on eBay.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it might be a good idea. That's only a few months away, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just need that. I need Arrow to come out with a banger like that, you know.
With a full box set. It winds me up that I cannot walk into like HMV and just buy the Halloween box set. Like, why not? I can get a Friday the 13th one, I can get a Nightmare on Elm Street one, Texas Chainsaw, or whatever franchise you think of. For some reason, Halloween, probably one of the biggest movie franchises in horror. I can't just walk into a store and buy a box set of it.
No, I just don't get it. Especially, it probably is the biggest horror franchise. Top 3 anyway.
Yeah,
it's mad.
You can't buy a box set of it.
Hang on a minute. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Right, Dean. I can see you, mate. I hope you enjoy watching RoboCop. I'm gonna have to just stop these comments, mate. I'll speak to you tomorrow, okay? Right. He's done one now. Is there any movie or TV? This is Blue Kangaroo. Any movie or TV show you'd like to be turned into a game? Always wanted a single-player page horror movie, horror game. That's a good idea.
A good show.
Just run around the city, defeating other people.
I mean, they've just done an Evil Dead game, Evil Dead the Game, which is one of them sort of 4-on-1 games, online games, which I'm not really a multiplayer gamer. I'm sort of a recluse who just likes to sit on his own and play single player story games. And they have done single player story Evil Dead games in the past for all the consoles, and I thought this is what this was going to be, like a new one, and it wasn't. So Evil Dead would be 100%. I'd want a single player game of that.
Yeah. I know they've done a few horror ones now, and they all seem to be online. We've got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming out.
That's right.
I am going to buy that though, just because me and my cousin in work were just massive fans of it. We went and watched it on the cinema, you know, in October, and even if we can't get people, at least me and him can go online together with that. We're definitely going to do it. So, and I like the way it takes inspiration from the 70s original film and none of the others. It's just that. So I am going to play that one, but I've been put off Evil Dead and Friday the 13th because it's online.
Yeah, same.
But I think that'd be good as an open world one where you're going around helping people who are sort of getting cornered by criminals and then sort of doing little side missions now and again. I think that'd be good as an open world.
Yeah, Page would be a good one. I remember they did a Saw one for the Xbox 360, maybe, or maybe the first Xbox, and
it was the 360.
Do you remember it?
I've got it up there.
It's annoying. That game annoyed me because on paper it should work, but it just unfortunately they give it to like the wrong maybe like design or something. It doesn't really play very well as a game.
Yeah, it's a bit isn't it?
Yeah, but that I enjoyed it for what it was. I'd like to see a new one of that.
Yeah, I played all the way through it and got every achievement, but I think you only have to finish the game. I was made up getting the achievements and stuff, but it wasn't a great game to be honest. They made the second one as well, Flesh and Blood or something. I didn't play that. I didn't play that one though. I'm not a massive fan of the Page films, by the way, but I do think that'll be a good open world game to play. Yeah, but sorry, Paul. Evil Dead as a single player game would be great as well. I'd be up for that. Paul, did you ever play Speedball 2? Not the Steam Hammer version, but the Commodore version. It's slightly similar to Rollerball with the steel ball and brutality.
Yeah, I feel it. Is it Speedball 2? I feel like it's. Correct me if I'm wrong, Double Bill. Is it sort of like a football game, sort of set in like the future or something? I feel like I have played it like back in the day, but can't really remember it. But when I read that Speedball 2, I feel like it was sort of like a sports game, sort of like futuristic football game, but I could be thinking of something else.
It is. It's like a top-down version.
Okay.
Like, do you remember like Sensible Soccer where it's like
overhead?
I think that's what it was. My uncle used to play it. I don't know which version he had. I think it was the Commodore. And you just sort of throw this big metal ball at people and stuff,
right,
to knock them out.
That's what it was.
That's
an old school. That's a throwback.
He's put it is. So yeah. And Jamie says also called spaghetti legs. Yeah, Jamie's brother called that one to me. And we just got this last comment. double bill movie, saying yeah, it is. Okay, so that is the end of the comments, Paul. Should we leave it there, mate?
Yeah, cool, man.
You've only got 20 minutes of Love Island.
That's fine. I'll go to the toilet.
So thank you so much, everyone, for getting the comments in. I really, really enjoyed that stream, mate. I was a little bit distracted at the end there. Sorry about that.
That's fine.
But yeah, don't forget, everyone, go down to the link and give Paul a sub.
Yeah,
He's got a great channel. I know you had a little bit of a small break from YouTube, but you're fine again now, aren't you? On there, so yeah, good luck with the channel anyway, mate. I'll speak to you on Instagram or whatever. So I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really great. Sorry, I thought you were talking to everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I always like talking to you, man. Like I think you said at the start, like we've got very similar tastes. We're at the same age. We sort of grew up watching the same film, so it's always a pleasure talking to someone sort of like-minded.
Yeah. Hopefully one day, everyone, Paul will get a out and about video and we'll meet up in Liverpool one day or something.
Yeah, you're literally like 20 minutes away.
We'll do it one day, mate, definitely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So thanks so much, everyone. Take it all
easy, guys.
Watching this on the replay, maybe like and subscribe or whatever, and hope you all enjoyed this. So thanks so much, everyone. Take it all easy. See you all in the next video.